What's the deal with that?
First of all, the national anthem of New Zealand, which will be sung by Christine Canada.
If you all going to sit in, come in.
Keep me entertained.
Get on with it.
Enjoy the game.
There's the team sheet.
You got one here. What's it say? J.U.D. Good evening and welcome to Wilderspool with the lair of the Wellington Wolves for the final of the Rugby.com Women's Rugby League World Series between Great Britain and Ireland and New Zealand. The Kiwi Ferns arrive here with a 100% record, having posted 2 wins over New Zealand and 1 over Great Britain, justifying their pre-tournament rating as favourites. But that will mean nothing tonight when the whistle blows, because the Lionesses have grown in confidence as the tournament has progressed. I will strongly fancy their chances tonight to toss the Ferns onto the compost heap of unrequited favourites. So a great match in prospect tonight, as all the games of this competition have been, with every single player performing to the highest standards of skill and technique, with no one leaving anything in the dressing room and no one taking any prisoners on the field. We can expect nothing less tonight. Great Britain are backing up from an outstanding battle on Friday night against the Gillaroos, a match that went down to the wire with only 2 points on the board at full time. The Ferns have had the luxury of a full week off after taking the Aussies to the cleaners last Friday at the Rams Stadium. So maybe the Ferns will fancy their chances of lasting the game better. It's fine at the moment. It's been raining early on. It's a cool evening. I have with me tonight Steve Ramsbottom and Adam Jude. We'll just run through the teams for you quickly. Great Britain have a fullback, Hewson on the wings, Titterington and Bruce, the centres, Kitchen and Gilmore, the halves, Dobbeck and Charnley, the front row, Tunnicliffe, Land and McIntosh, the back three, Banks, Stevens and Milburn. Coming off the interchange bench for the Lionesses will be Bailey, Handley, Roper and Walsh. The Kiwi Ferns are at full-back, Howard. On the wings, Johnson and O'Carroll. In the centres, Driscoll and Teamo. The halves, Mario and Hina. The front row, Presland, Wrigley and Avika. The back three, White, Conlon and Davey. And coming off the bench for the Ferns will be Nia, Witahara, Te Kau and Waino White. Waino who? And today's match official is Mr. Graham Shaw. So, Steve, good setting. It's a nice night. It's not a nice night, but at least it's dry, and we can look forward to a real battle. For my money, it's going to be a question between the two standoffs, Hina and Dobek, and the back threes of Milburn, Stevens, Milburn and Bailey, and Conlon, Davey and White.
It's going to be a very close game, there's no doubt about it. New Zealand come into the game as the favourites. And the Ferns certainly had an impressive victory over the Aussies last week. But the Ferns showed their speed and class. They've had the benefit, like you said, of a week off, and the Great Britain and Ireland team had to work hard for a very tight victory over Australia. But this is first and second in the competition, playing for the Women's Rugby.com World Cup of the year 2000. The pitch underneath is going to be very soft because there's been so much rain in the UK in the month of November, something like 3 times more than the record ever. And the referee, Graham Shaw, picking out that the ball wasn't played correctly and giving the penalty the way of the Lionesses. So this is a win that I think just at the moment is favouring the Lionesses, and that was shown in that first kick to touch, which gained a great touch kick for them. And so it's Lionesses in possession inside the Ferns half.
And that's Stevens, hits the first one up, tackled by Presland. Here's McIntosh, a bit high that from White, but no real head contact. Ball goes to Dobek. Dobek turns it inside to Gilmore. Gilmore looks to get away, can't do so. Both sides looking very tense and very anxious. Is this the first game you've seen, Adam, of the women's rugby? Oh, it's Banks almost through.
Yeah, I watched plenty of amateur stuff with the Woolston Wildcats and Crossfield, but I'm really interested to see how this bank goes. But this is a great break here by GB. Oh, just put down there by number 5, Danny Titterin. There, unlucky, but that was great rugby. They worked the short side really well there, Mick. And I've already been excited by some big hits here. There's been some great contact out there and some collision, and it's going to be a great game.
Well, there's been some big hits right through the competition. They've been outstanding, Adam. People have been standing in front of everybody. Nobody's give ground up easy. And this is Howard stepping through. Conlon now winds up. Conlon, the big line buster for the Kiwis, the Kiwi Ferns, and Banks is the big line buster for the Great Britain and Ireland team. So a lot rest on their shoulders. Big kick from Ina. Oh, Bruce can't handle it. Well, Stevens did well then to tidy up, and lack of communication then between the fullback and the winger. But that was a good kick into the wind. This half-back Ina, she's got all the skills. She's a square rigger. She's solid. She can step, she can tackle, and she can move the ball around too.
Yeah, she seems to possess a great step off the left foot. Does Maria there for the Ferns. But I've been really excited by this second row battle that you pointed out between Jane Banks and Conlon for the Ferns. I'd probably compare them to Morley and Stephen Kearney. You know, it was a shame Morley didn't play last week, obviously, for England. But those two are really hitting the line well early on, Mick.
Yeah, and they'll do so right through the game. So Mario to hand the ball. Wrigley with the ball, good spread. Oh, gets the ball away to Conlon. Conlon drifts in. Oh, well, that wasn't Conlon, who was that? 5 metres from the posts. Wrigley at half, spreads it. This is good tackle from David from Houston, takes him down. This is Driscoll drifting back to the line. Just manages to stop in. Backs to the line, Great Britain. Heener spreads the ball now. To White. Good defence, good scrambling defence from Great Britain. Coming out quickly and engaging quickly. Heener again, turns the ball. And forward pass rolls Mr. Graham Shaw. Stevenson bring the ball out there, not making much ground. Branks comes in and makes a good 10. They're bringing it out to the red zone, Steve.
Yeah, and it was a great defensive 6 from the Lionesses, you know, because they were under real pressure inside the 10. Ball went backwards, said the referee, and the Kiwi Ferns showing their pace and skill and the order and discipline that they've got in getting this first phase possession and breaking the line. And also, I think Titterington looks to have recovered from that knock that she got early, and that's good from the Lionesses' point of view.
Aviki, offloads, what a great offload. She's done that in all the competitions. She's a big girl, she takes it to the line, she clears the ball and she gets that late offload, and those late offloads are killing to the defence. Wrigley with a little scramble, good tackle from Kitchen, spread on. This is Mario. Oh, well, they let the ball bounce, could pay the penalty. Johnson comes up with it, last tackle now. No contact from Great Britain. Oh, well, knock on. She took that ball to the line, and there's no quarter given here, Adam.
No, like I said before, it's been some great collisions, but I think the referee shows kidding himself how he didn't give Award a knock on to GB earlier on. That's a high hit there from the number 8, from the Kiwis, from the Ferns, Presland. But a quick tap here, and GB are away. They just need to have a good set of 6, a good kick, and maybe walk to the scrum. They've been under pressure really early doors. That's better, and McIntosh takes it up for GB. That's more like it.
Yeah, and New Zealand coming in numbers on defence. Engaging quickly, they've got good pursuit. Spread goes to McIntosh. McIntosh looks for an offload to Dobek, can't get it. Wrigley and White in on the tackle. Spread on now, no. Yes, it is. Ball goes out to Banks. It wasn't the best of pass. Oh, Mr. Shaw ruling a forward pass there, I think. And that's a tough call. That ball, that didn't look forward to me. Adam was sat right in line with it.
Yeah, we sat right in line, and I've cleaned my glasses tonight, Mick, and that certainly wasn't a forward pass. Another dodgy call there from Shaw, but we'll see how we go. Hopefully we'll get a few calls GB's way.
So, Heener feeds Mario. Mario looking for runs. Well, they've done this one before. It's great football. Oh, Carroll, good defence from Bruce. Oh, that's a shame. Johnson then on the wrong side of the field, just let the teammates down then. Great organisation from the Ferns. Nice setup, and like a Super League move, that bringing that full back in late.
Absolutely, and I'm still looking at Titterington, who seems to have fully recovered, because I think it was her who made that vital tackle then on Anno Carroll. So good to see her back to full fitness. But the Lioness is playing this game in possession inside their own half at the moment. Nice strong run, great little inside pass. Nice play from the Lionesses. Ferns though moving up quickly, but referee adjudging interference at the play of the ball, so the penalty gives the Lionesses their first real possession with 6 to go inside the Ferns 30. Now, good line, nice movement. Ferns up quickly though. McIntosh it was who's put that down that time. Oh, the Ferns defence solid. Hewson's up in the line that time. Ferns making it very difficult for the Lionesses to go forward. Oh, that was good thinking from Charnley, because she saw that the passing route was blocked. The Ferns were up so quickly and very sensibly hung on and then took it forward herself. Oh, but there's unfortunately, I think that was Dolbeck who just took her eye off the ball, looking to switch direction, but a good purposeful attack from the Lionesses.
It was good there to see Dolbeck impose herself on the game. She's been a little bit quiet so far. We've not been in an attacking position, but we were in the final quarter there, and Dolbeck really imposed herself on the game. It's a shame she came up with that error, but here come the Ferns through Davy. Brings the ball out well there for the Kiwi Ferns. Good scoop from the fullback. I like the looks of this girl Howard at the back. She's a good player, Mick.
Yeah, she got terrific feet and great balance, and she's got an eye for an opening.
She has. There's no one at home for GB, and it's a good kick there. And a great bounce for the Ferns. Can she get an offload away? No, she can't. No, she can't. A good kick there from the halfback, Hina. But lucky enough, Bruce was alive to it, and she covered up there for GB. They're coming back more into the game now, mate, the Lionesses. I think we're starting to hear a bit of a roar.
Absolutely. I think the kicking game is going to be vital in this first half. Dolbeck knows that. She hasn't been afraid to go to the boot. Here comes Stevens. Good contact and good challenge from Hina and Conlon. Them two will run ball carriers down all day in a game. Big shoulders in, and this time it's Titterington that's down here, taking a knock again. This is Charnley, is it? Right. Milburn offloads to Banks. Banks can't get away from this defence. Davy and Tiamo hanging on. I'm sorry, Davy and Driscoll hanging on. Ball goes back to Houston. This is Ina. Strong step, runs straight. Shifts people around. Ina shifts people around when she's got the ball. And when she's tackling, she shifts them around. Here goes Conlon, hitting it hard up. Conlon runs straight and hard at him.
She does, but don't they love the collisions? They're actually looking for the collisions, and that's a great run there from the second row. Can't quite see who it is. White, great run. I've been really impressed by her so far. She's hitting the line really well, and here comes the big number 8 for the Ferns. Preslin, she busts through the first one. Steve Banks, sorry, but she's just brought down. Here comes Cena, takes it to the line. Offloads to Tuaro. Great inside ball, but just put down by the winger O'Carroll. And again, good scrambling defence by the Lionesses.
Yeah, the defence has lacked nothing. Certainly on Tuesday night they had some defending to do against the Australians and managed to keep the line intact, but just in that last couple of sets we saw New Zealand then stretching the defence and making good yards, just getting a roll on then the Ferns then Steve.
Yeah, they were. The Great Britain Ireland though, the defence was scrambling back well, but you're quite right that for the first time the Ferns were making clear yards inroads with every one of the plays that time, and early on I think we had an incident where Dolbeck was taken down off the ball that the referee didn't spot or make any other comment about, but the Lionesses line is intact and eager to run it forward. Well, the Ferns defence so sturdy, 3 of them that time, up so quickly. And again, up 3 defenders. Perpetual motion from these Ferns. So the Islands hooker, Land, gets off on a little run. Dobek, nice little pass on. Great pass. Oh, and a great break. Now there's a chance for the Grimsby. Now the Ferns defence, Gilmore it was making that break, but it was the pass from Dobek who really created the opening by just releasing the ball at absolutely the right time. But the Ferns defence was back, and that ball taken well by Johnson, I think. A slow chase, but good enough in the end. Good period of play that one, Mick, from the Lionesses.
Absolutely. Good set of 6, good break, nice football from Dobek. She slid the... she put Gilmore through the line, came back up for the kick, put the kick in a good chase, and that's a good set of 6. That's the first time really the Kiwis have been under pressure.
Yeah, she took it to the line, she got right in the face there with a pass to Dobek, put Gilmore through. But wasn't it great to see Tiverton? She just clinged out her opposite number, Johnson. She was up there, you know, like a young seal just popping his head out when he's being hunted, and she came in and absolutely smashed her. That's great to see. The Lionesses are certainly up for this. This is fantastic, and here we are again. I just think we need to move off the defensive line a lot quicker. The Kiwi Ferns are really up quick, you know, and they're hitting the gain line a lot better, you know. And that's another great ball from White. Here comes Mariel. She goes round Dobek. Dobek sticks to the low like glue and brings it down. Tries to control the play of the ball, but can't do so. Here goes a 6. Hina, crossfield kick. It's a good kick. It's nice and flat. I think it's too flat though. She needs to let that go there. Does Tiverton, and she does so. And it's the pace is picking up and it's exciting. Still no score though, Mick.
Yeah, 16 minutes into the game, no score. But the Kiwis making good yards every time they have a set. And I think United are just not engaging quick enough at the Great Britain's defensive line. Just not engaging that yard earlier. And if they step back that yard, the Kiwis will just steamroller them because they've got the players to do so. And Presley and Avika, Conlon and Ina will just power their way through. They've got to stand up and just take that extra yard forward.
Yeah, you know, a few times Land's put her head up, and there's been no runners there. And if there's been a runner there, she's been 10 yards back. I think we're basing our game on percentages. We're scooting well from acting half, but we're now putting it through hands. She's pointing at the gap. Stevens, though, she's cut back inside, but great leg drive there from Stevens. We need a quick play the ball. Here we go. Land to Dobek. Looks inside to McIntosh, misses her out. Banks takes it brilliantly. Great skill there by Jane Banks. But when the pressure's been put on, she's just knocked on. It was a dodgy ball. She picked it up well in the half volley. Some good skills from the GB second rowers. First Stevens with a good leg drive, quick play the ball, went through hands. Once we get into their half, we put it through hands, which was exciting to see. But just a poor final pass, really, mate.
Yeah, the pass was a bit flat from Dobek, and Banks did well to get it in first time, but she had 3 Kiwis in her face. And what about this situation down here when Charlie was showing the way to Stevens? Stevens says, no, that's a red light, change direction, because she had 3 Kiwis waiting for her, and she did right, did Stevens. She dropped in field and made good yards. That's good defence. McIntosh and Stevens in on the tackling. Wrigley to Hina to Avika. Avika will offload if given a chance. That's good running, good lines of running. Good delivery of the pass. Wrigley again, this time to Mario. Mario inside to Conlon. I'm sorry, that's White. Is it? Let's have a look, see. Yeah, that's White. I get confirmation from the Aussies. They've seen enough of her. Wrigley puts the ball down. And you get the feeling, Adam, that if the passes start sticking for the Kiwis, they'll make their way through the Great Britain line. They're just starting to get rolls on.
Yeah, great marker defence again. We're really putting our bodies on the line and scrambling well. But you made the point earlier on, Mick, that the Kiwis haven't played for a week. And it's interesting that GB have actually gone from strength to strength in the amount of games they've played. And to me, they look a little bit rusty, the Ferns. You know, they've made quite a lot of handling errors, while we look a real good unit in defence, although we're not coming off the line as quick as we should do. We do look, you know, we're scrambling well, and we do look a good unit. It's interesting, the battle up front, McIntosh against the bigger Kiki. That's great to see. They're both fitting the line well. I just feel McIntosh has got to get in her face and get her smashed. You know, she's in the back play there. She needs to put her hand up and take one of these drives in and take the Lionesses forward. This might be her now. It's a substitute. Roper gets a great cheer from the crowd there, Mick. Land now, goes to acting half. Will she scoot? No, she finds Dobek. Dobek to the loose forward. She dummies. Does Milburn, keeps over. It seems to be a little bit of afters. A little bit of afters there from her opposite number. Davey. Matt, is it a bit of history there, mate? You've seen a few of these games.
Not really, no. But I'll tell you this, none of these girls in all the three teams, not one of them has taken a backward step. They've all stood up and squared up to each other, and they've all offered each other anything that anybody's wanted. But the games have been played in tremendous spirit. They've been an example of the way to play sport it's been played at. Absolutely top tempo, everybody's put their bodies on the line. There's not been a wrong incident in any of the games.
Well, I've watched nearly all of the World Cup games, the Men's World Cup, and this has been the most enjoyable game by far. You know, even comparing it to the semi-final last week, this has been fantastic advert for the sport of rugby league. And here comes Banks trying to impose herself in defence with the help of Land. They do well, slow to play the ball down well. Land chases from Marker, here comes the big one. Takes it over the line, McIntosh is in her face, they're wrestling. Can they put her down? Yes, they do. Oh, come on, referee Shaw. Yeah, I think he's having a bit of a mare towards the GB girls. That's a great ball. She goes well. She's round. Somehow put it in touch. Great defence, and listen to that whole crowd. Kitchen does well, and the crowd's really getting behind him, Steve.
It's brilliant, isn't it? Just when you think the Ferns are going to open up the Great Britain and the Lionesses' defence, it sort of steps up a gear and shepherds that plane into touch. That was brilliant defence again. And if only now that the Lionesses can put together a move of their own going forward. Unfortunately, they're all starting at the moment from inside their own half. But that's good, forceful, strong forward running. 0-0 still. The full-back up in the ride on Hewson up in the line. The Ferns back and then up quickly to make the tackle. Banks, the pass forced, and now there's a possibility of opening up this side. Oh, that's a great strength, and there's a clear run in for the line. She's forward space, she's grading on the defence, and great try when it came from Hina. That was Hina. Yeah. Great try when it came, opportunist try, and disappointing from the Lionesses' point of view that it had to come from quite a fairly simple, straightforward play. Under the pressure of the tackle, though, it was Hina. Brilliant when it came, but that will settle the Ferns' nerves because they came into the game strong favourites and they've been made to struggle so far.
They certainly have, but take a bow. Louisa Vika, she's just going to the sideline now. What a big hit that was.
Oh, that's a poor miss. It's a poor miss from Heaney to Shocker.
Yeah, you're right, Adam, but we haven't had much position, have we? They've been playing percentage football from their own 40.
There we go now.
Oh, chance now for second. Weiner, who just dropping the ball then with the first touch. But going back to your point, it's, you know, the girls have probably said to themselves, well, we'll get out to his 40 and then put moves on. Hewson now, that's a bit flat, too easy for the defence. Cleaned Dobek up then, nothing on from that pass.
Oh, Dobek's hurt. It's a bit of a hospital pass. I could hear the bells from here with the ball she threw out. But we've got a great opportunity now. Best position we've been in so far in the opening half. You know, the GB girls, instead of getting round there to see how she is, they want to set down and get a move on. Let's get a shot on them. They've got some great field position. 15 minutes left now of this first half. It's 4-0 to the Ferns. And I think there'll be a few messages on from Jackie Sheldon, but I think she'll be pleased so far because we've not had much possession. We've not had good field position, and we're hanging in there well. We're doing well.
Yeah, well, the defence have handled everything really, apart from that drop ball, which was no drop ball really. You had to put that down to a great defence from the number 10. And Ina, you just can't give a broken field position. She's just too strong, too quick, and she's got great ability to get through the ruck. So there's no way you can criticise Great Britain and Ireland at the moment. They've matched up to everything that the Kiwis have thrown at them.
It's crucial that Dobik regains her feet and gets out there. She's the linchpin of this side, and it's a scrum. She's actually knocked on. That is a great shame, a great shame. But we need to keep him down here now. We need to get off the line and get some hits in. There's the first one now on the loose forward, Davey. Can't quite see who this is, but good defence from GB. But again, they've made an easy 10 metres. It's Presland. Here they come on the short side through the second row. Conlon, she makes good yards, and already they're up to halfway with 3 tackles. This is good play from the Ferns. They put it to the boot. It's a good kick. Oh, he's gone back. Are they going to get on it? She did well there, Tiverington. She put her body on the line. GB have got the ball. They're just going to bring it out. Great leg drive there from the GB player. Can't quite see who it is. I think it's Dewson. Good running from Stevens. She's got a great leg drive, and again she's standing up. Seems to be a bit of a facial in there, Mick. Shaw's not seen it. That's no surprise. Oh, we need to be hitting this line a lot quicker. I think Shanley's going to take it to the line more. Here's Dobik. She puts the ball out. Oh, put that set move on again, but there's a knock on. I think again we're just overrunning it a little bit.
Yeah, well, I think we're getting a little bit flat to start with, Adam. Just want to take, 3 or 4 paces back so that you give the ball carrier a chance to promote the ball a little bit and give a good delivery. But you said earlier on, when New Zealand got that scrum, this is Ina, turns Teamo inside. Good defence on the inside from Dobek, Stevens and Milburn. This is White allowing that ball forward, not messing about. This is the winger.
Defence, it's Johnson.
Yeah. O'Carroll takes it in, set for the spread now. The Kiwis on the right. It goes to Ina. Ina turns Conlon in. Conlon makes good yards. Great Britain shipping water now. Being pressed right back to the red line. Oh, good stuff to Ina again. Ina goes straight. Too strong. Just too strong. A great ball from Wrigley. Took the ball to the line. Delivered the ball in heavy traffic. And she just had a sniff of the whitewash there, Ina. And once again, she's over. Just, it's like a drug to her, innit? She grows in strength when she gets a sniff of that whitewash.
I think she might be struggling a bit. She's got a little bit of a limp on her. That could be a good sign for GB. It's a great kick. It's over. Good kick there from Maria or Mario. Don't quite know how to pronounce that one. But we need to get a score, Mick. Otherwise, this game could run away from us. There's about 10 minutes left in this half. Need a good kick downfield by Dobek. We need to force an error and let's get some field position in their half. I'm sure we can break in. Let's put them under pressure.
Yeah, you're right. But what they really need to do is get some containment. They've never, ever made New Zealand kick from deep in their own territory. They've always made the yards on every set they've made and always got to the halfway or over the halfway line. Great Britain and Ireland need to engage quickly here. Up the tempo. Get some intensity in defence and stop them coming forward. Whoa, they'll picked another penalty up. Well, Wrigley fancies the chances, doesn't fancy kicking into the wind. It'll be interesting in the second half just to see how Ina uses the wind, whether they bother going to the boot or not. Here's Ina. Doesn't panic, good tackle from Roper. Really put a shoulder on her.
She's a crafty player. She covered herself up well there, Ina, with that elbow, didn't she? She didn't have to cover herself well. She's obviously been playing rugby for quite a few years. Some great skills in it, but look at this play. Great running from the loose forward, Davey. Took it to the line well, and another penalty. Needs to give us a bit of a break, this guy.
Yeah, some of the techniques that have been on show, they're all technically competent. They're technically competent individually and in the teamwork. It's tremendous. I've watched all the games, all three teams, Australia, New Zealand and Great Britain, all being technically competent.
Yeah, as said before, it's a great advert for the game of rugby league. You've got all the skills on show out there, and I wish I'd watched more of these games, really. It's a shame I've had to work so hard, mate. Could have missed him.
Oh, yeah. Is the violin playing in the background? Here goes Conlon. Conlon going to the line. Great Britain now struggling to bring him down on first contact. And we have a row of Aussies with Hamburgers blocking his view. Azina throws one out to Tiamo. Tiamo gets over the line. Beautiful pass again. Good alignment, good running. This time Hina brought the line running. The spread was on. And Great Britain just looking to be struggling to get to the ball carrier. Great football again. Conlon taking it over on the right-hand side and powering it up. And then the spread onto the left.
Yeah, it was sensational. But again, mate, we've got it all to do with playing, defending on back-to-back sets. And we've struggled there. We look tired. Maybe those games are now taking the toll. Who knows? We do look to be tired, and the Kiwis are certainly on the roll. We've not had much possession, and they've certainly got us on the back foot. But fantastic play the balls, really quick. They're up off the floor, and didn't they move the ball well? Great hands, hit the line well, hitting the gaps. Plenty of options, and everything you want to see from from a rugby league game. I think it's been a fantastic advert so far for the game of rugby league, and we've got a great crowd here tonight at Wilderspool. They must be touching 1,000, and I'm sure every one of them will go away from here thoroughly enjoying this match, Mick. Hyena's added a conversion. It's making it 16-0, and we really need to score next, Mick.
Yeah, we do. And I think, Steve, that tremendous match that Great Britain and Ireland had on Tuesday night with the Australians, when they battled it with the terrible conditions at the jungle, chucking it down all the match, and it was a real battle right from the kick-off right to the whistle. Everybody was battling for a yard, for an inch. Some great football played by both teams. It was a non-stop game, and I think that's just beginning to show.
Yeah, well, it does, doesn't it? You can't expect them to turn in performances like that 3 days apart. And but look at the thinking from the kick-off there, seeing that the Ferns were standing deep, leaving the touchline exposed and taking advantage of it. Oh, there's a great run from Dolbach. Oh, so unlucky, just showing the ball. And the Ferns penalised rightly. It was either Howard or Mariu or both who flopped after the pass. And a real chance now. The Lionesses really do need this next score if they're going to feel that they can get back into this game before it runs away from them. So the first run in from Stevens. Inside that 10 with 5 more tackles to go. But a surging run. That time it was Melbourne taking it with the shadow of the posts. The Ferns are out quickly. Good long pass out. But there's now's a chance. Goes over to the wing. But great Ferns defence, the ball forced out, and the referee says that's okay. It was forced out backwards, and again the Ferns, when needed, come up with that extra tackling power and rescue their own situation right inside their own line.
Yeah, they scrambled well then, but once again they're coming off their own line. We had them on the line there. We should have been coming forward, should have been desperate there, Adam, for the yardage and not give it up.
We need to be piling into these. Someone needs to get in the face of Big Lou and get her knocked down. Let's put a big shot on her. Get her hit. I don't know where McIntosh is. I think she's been brought off. It might be up to Stevens and Banks. Maybe bring Banks in, move her up to prop, get her up defending near the rope because she looks a fit girl, very athletic. And let's get in there. Let's get some hits in. That's a fantastic kick. I think it's going to hold up, Mick. It's going to hold up. Houston now picks it up, but look at that for a chase. Great defence, great shot. They didn't even hold her up. Great defence there from the Ferns. Need a quick play the ball from Houston. Oh, this is great. Great to see. Look at that. This is what we should have been doing when we were in their 20. Make the up off the line. You know, they seem to be operating a big six. The first three either side of the ruck, they're getting up there really quick and blocking off the options, so we're unable to actually spread the ball, and we're having to do this. Just desperation stuff, Scooty.
Yeah, there's no question that they've done that right through the game. They've engaged much quicker than we have. This is Banks again struggling, taking man and ball. And last tackle, the ball will go to Dobet. She's got the wind with her, but again she's under pressure. Again, New Zealand coming off the blocks, and no space at all for Great Britain as O'Carroll brings the ball back. This is Tikahum. Now Conlon with that high step. Looks as though, yeah. And Davey comes forward. Dina having a rest on the sideline, watching this play as it goes on. Again, a good spread, a good setup. That's good work from Mario. Offloads. Finds White. Finds Kanu. This is, good defence. Absolute outstanding defence from Great Britain. Scrambling, just taking the last man out. Tiamo toes it through. That's going to be 4 points. Good skills from Tiamo. She just saw that that was one of the times when Great Britain came off the blocks quickly, and Tiamo made him pay for it.
I think Houston was caught out. She was scrambling. She made a terrific cover tackle in the corner, but fantastic vision from Tiano. She put it on the toe. There was no one at home, reminiscent of Alfie Langer this season in Super League 5. We've seen him score many a try like that this season at Wilderspool. Tiano, she looked up, there was no one at home, put it straight on the toe, and an easy 4 points really, and we're definitely looking down both barrels now. Mick, it's 20-0.
If you've got the legs to do it, it's part of the problem, isn't it, with the game on Tuesday?
Well, perhaps so, but if you go out, you've got to take your pressure off your players at half-time. They've done their best. They're 22 points down. Go out and enjoy your last 40 minutes.
Well, that may be the point, but last time me and you were here, Mick, we've seen Warrington Wolves on the ropes. It was Bradford Bulls 32, Warrington 12, and I think we've seen the greatest comeback since Lazarus. And let's hope we're going to see another one this evening. I'm sure the Lionesses can get out there and finally start to roar. If we can get the first points of the half, I think we're going to come on big time and really attack these. We've got to get some attacking options in their quarter. Every time we're down there, we spoon possession, Mick.
We do, and we haven't been served either by the penalties that's been Benny Count against us. So, from myself at McGowan, Steve and Adam joined us for what should be another superb 40 minutes of rugby league. So welcome back for the second half. Dobet gets us away. And Driscoll. It's the first pass of the second half in. Ina had a thigh strapped up. The Saviki makes good yards. Tackle underneath from Milburn. Charlie finishes off over the top. Oh, big shot from Handley. Oh, and another big shot from Banks. Dumped it opposite number White. Slammed it into the turf. That's what Great Britain need. Hina tries to wind up, drifting across, can't find a gap. Ball spread now. Wheater putting boot to ball, and that's a good set of 6 from New Zealand. Come right upfield. Some some strong challenges from Great Britain. They've obviously decided they're not going to give it up for this 40 minutes. They put their bodies on the line then and slammed some New Zealand beef around, but they've still come upfield of the Kiwis.
Yeah, well, they've done exactly what you said they should. Give it all they've got, and they've got to do that early on in the half, because that's a nice little pass, drawing the tackler. So they were doing absolutely the right thing in the start of the second half. Half a probing run up to the middle. And another one, but the Ferns up quickly still. His girls up and back all the time. That went backwards, said the referee. Handley looking a bit slow there, and the pick up. And again, unfortunately, Land just can't get into any forward motion, but inside just Ferns territory. And Dolbeck with the kick, crossfield. Oh, great take.
Yeah, Tiamo underneath, and that wasn't the best kick in the world. And funnily enough, it seems as though the wind's changed around on them. It seems to be favouring Great Britain again. It's certainly blowing left to right early in the game. Now it's changed around. Is that normal at Wilderspool?
Nothing's normal at Wilderspool, Mick. Well, there seems to be a bit of a swirling wind inside this 103-year-old stadium. But good pick up there from the loose forward. Oh, great run there by Banks, great fend. She gives the Kiwis something back. She hits Davey and knocks her to the floor. Here comes the, who was that? Big Lou, it was over the top. Great shot there from the big lass. From the, oh, she's dancing around. She won't dance around now, Big Lou's got her, and she's driving her back. Great tackle there by Big Lou on Land, and she's forced an error. She's come up with a couple of great hits as Big Lou, the number 10. Great shot.
Yeah, too strong and too big then, Presland and Aviki. And Land had a gap to go up, hesitated, and that was the end of the game. Yeah, good night, sweetheart. So Ina spreads it. Good pass, good hands. And that's Tiamo, offloads. Enid again, inside to O'Cadle. And that's good progress and good football from the Kiwis. Conlon, good tackle underneath. And Banks finished it off on the top. It's just Presland getting a roll on.
Big Lou.
Heaney again to Vicky. Vicky comes in, carries the ball high. Perfect body position for a big prop. Carries the ball high. She can't get your hands around her. You've got to go downstairs. That means she can offload. Oh. This is Driscoll, turns it in. This is Thompson going for the line. Oh, landed well. Didn't panic. She kept her head. Didn't give the position up, and here's a chance now for Driscoll. And she's over the line. Does she get it down? No, good defence. Excellent work from Great Britain. They're scrambling well, and it's Dolbeck that, Dolbeck to save Great Britain. Then just stop that plant down.
Waiting to see what the decision is here. It's consulted both touch judge and in-goal judge. Last tackle, turnover, and about Land. It must be half the size of the number 2. And it was a great move that the Ferns put on. Johnson went through like a knife through butter. She cut through the GB defence, and she only had 1 yard to go to score a try. Land was stood still, and she just snaps in two. Great play there by Land. She recovered from that hit from Big Lou, and here we go. This is better. Win away. Here it goes. She goes down there. Houston. Oh, here we go. She's going for the line. Houston still going. Oh, great play there by Houston. Can she get a quick play the ball? Yes, she can. We need to spread it. Oh, no, wrong option by Tiverington. We need to get the ball. We need to quick play the ball. Move the ball. Give it to Dolbeck. Here we go. It was a little bit too slow. Dolbeck steps off the left foot and switches play. Runs across the face. Slips out the ball. There was no communication there. Put down by Kitchen. But why, oh, why did Tiverington scoot there instead of putting the ball through hands? But again, We were too flat, there was no depth in the line, Mick.
Yeah, we came 60 metres upfield then and ended up with a flat line. That's just a little bit of anxiety, everybody pushing up, everybody just too anxious to stand back and relax. Oh, that's Davy. Good running tackle by Milburn. This is quick play ball again, and they've got a roll on already. Teamo with a big fend. Ticano brings it forward. Hina goes to acting halfback. Feeds Conlon. Working tandem, these two, Hina and Conlon. They put a lot of their work together lots of times, switching the ball backwards and forwards to each other. And that's a big mistake from Conlon.
Yeah, she knocked on, but she put her body on the line, Conlon, and regathered. And I think she wishes she didn't, because Banks came in there and put her shoulder straight into her. Great shot there by Jane Banks. She's probably GB standout player so far this evening. She's really putting her heart and soul into it. She's already had a couple of man of the match performances. And we now need to take the ball forward. Here we go, put it through hands, here we go. That's good play. Here's Banks, oh! Great tackle there though in the end by the number 2. Was it Johnson? Yes it was. So got it. Here comes the number 24 for GB. Runs across the face of play for Bruce, but oh, there's a little bit of hands. What's the touch judge doing? Is that flag for an ornament? Mickey should have been on then. Dolbeck steps, hits and spins, gets a good offload. McIntosh, dummies, straightens up. Oh, she gets it away. Put down by Hina. 6 to go, here goes Land. Oh, they've kept the ball alive well there, but we've not seemed to make many yards. Get a quick play the ball. 6 to go. Just go forward. She lands on the front there, the GB player. We need to play the ball. Good play there, though, by the number 1. Howard slowed it down well. Here's McIntosh to the line. Brought down, though, by the big number 8, Presland. GB, use a short side. Good angle there by Walsh, by Gemma Walsh. We need to really to be using this left side, Mick. Gilmore and Banks. Look how deep Gilmore is. She's dying to get the ball in her hands. Dolbeck needs to put the spread on, using one of your phrases there, Mick. But no Land for the line. Oh, she's over! Oh! The cheeky little scoop from Actina. She sneaked under the first defence in. Could we be back in it, Mick? That was great play. GB registered the first 4-pointer of the final for the GB side. 20 points to Foreign. Great bit of vision there from Land, sneaked under, and they were too quick from the marker there. The Ferns in, Land's in there. Great try and well deserved for the hooker.
Right, they stuck at it, and they got a lucky rebound that gave them a second set of 6 that kept the momentum going. And at the end of the move, or disappointing conversion attempt at the end of the move, then Chilliland, as you say, stepped back before going forward and somehow managed to get away over and lift the Lionesses' hearts without a doubt. And so important to get the first score in the second half. It looked as though Driscoll had scored for the Ferns in their attack earlier, but the tackle held her up over the line. And Hewson's break up the far side, 60 metres or so, was brilliant to see. Really outstanding. I don't know quite what the referee's talking to a couple of players for. He's talking to Land and to Conlon. But we really have seen tremendous commitment from both these teams, all the players involved.
Come on, Matt.
So, can Great Britain and Ireland get back into this game? This is Walsh. Charnley feeds Milburn. Good defence though from New Zealand. 3 men in on the tackle. Quick engagement and shoveled her back. Well, again, line just a little bit flat. No real movement on the line. You've got to come running. No good standing flat, because they'll clean you up with New Zealand. They'll clean you up when you're running. You've no chance when you're flat. And New Zealand with a Vicky. Oh, looks dangerous, and this could be telling for Great Britain. Teamo goes from acting half, plants the ball 15 metres in front of the posts, attacks on either side. Davy comes running, does well. Tunnicliffe stands in front of him, gives no ground. Ball goes to Hina. Hina spreads to Presland. Presland is going to go under the posts. The difference is between the two teams is that person coming onto the ball is coming on at pace. Adam.
Presland there went through the gap. Fantastic running, great vision there from the half-back. Was it Hina who put the Hina put the pass in? You know, again, quick play the balls. GB, we scrambled probably too much. We've got no structure really to the defence. We're always on the back foot.
That's the front rowers, the back rowers, the whole forwards are playing like backs. I mean, they've got great running skills, handling skills, and in that woman Hina, they've got somebody at the centre of it all that can direct all the time.
Well, there's a few Super League clubs here tonight, and I think if she was the other gender, she'd probably be signed up, but I think if you were trying to sign her anyway, the way she's played. Someone remarked to me down there, he said Warrington have signed a lot worse in the past. I think they might be right, Mick.
Yeah. Well, people have been asking me, you know, how this competition's been going and saying, what's women's rugby like? I says, well, I haven't seen any women's rugby. What I've seen is women playing superb rugby league. This is not women's rugby, this is rugby league right out of the top draw.
Couldn't agree more. Gender doesn't matter. This has just been top-class rugby league, you know, at the highest order. Gee whiz, she wants an Oscar for that, the way Davy jumped down. Gilmore scoots, the Ferns there, they're running. Great defence in numbers there. A bit of extras from the number 3, Driscoll. I strongly believe if we can get some ball to this left-hand side and attack, we're going to make inroads. Are we going to get a quick tap? What's Shaw doing? He's standing on Senery. Someone's injured, but she's not interfering with play. She's not interfering with play as Davy. She, you know, she just seems to she seems to be winded. I don't know whether it's too serious. She stood upright, or she sat upright. Sorry, I should say. It's Banks who play the ball, lands at acting half. We need to shift the ball here, Mick. We need to put some type of set move on. I hope Davy's okay. I think she's been a standout player so far, Steve.
Well, yeah, one of many. It's difficult in these Ferns team actually to single any of them out because they've all been outstanding in their own way. And it's sad to see any injury. We've got to remember how dangerous the game is. But look at that. Davy up and back in line, feeling a little bit aggrieved at the way she was handled and pushed off the ball by Gilmore. But great resilience. You've got to admire these women for getting on with it. But a little bit of fatigue, I think, setting in for the Lionesses. That ball just bouncing a long time. Oh, another big handoff. Kitch in that time. But a real opportunity for the Lionesses. McIntosh going forward and releases the ball. Land, Wales fancying the chances again, but not that time. No way through for her. It's the last tackle. What will the Lionesses do? Dummy runners there, going back to Dobek, creates position, high one, it's hanging, it's dangerous, 4 Lionesses there, it bounces, who's going for it? The Ferns make it theirs. Always dangerous to let it bounce, but that time it bounced safely from their point of view.
Yeah, it did, Steve, but in all fairness, there wasn't enough airtime on the kick from Dobek. It was quite flat. Here comes the big number 2, Johnson for the Ferns, but poor option of thought. We should have ran it, Mick, on that last tackle.
Yeah, I think at this stage of the game, with 25 minutes to go, 22 points behind. For me, if you're in their red zone, spread the ball and have a crack. Just see what you come up with. Use every chance that you've got to spread the defence and take the ball to the line. And if you get tackled 5 metres from the line, well, that's not a bad finish anyway.
Yeah, too true, but again, look at that kick and chase, but good running there from Bruce. She's gone across the face of the goals, but look at this. How many's there? 4, 5? Can't quite see. I think there was 5 in. They peel off, they control the play the ball well, and just look how hungry they are now in defence. Ball, they brush one off, and it's shooting. Oh, she's made some great yards tonight from the back, scooting. Good running there. Could do with seeing her in broken play, really. You know, instead of just scooting from acting half, if we could just use the ball. I'm sure if we could get the ball to Gilmore or Banks and this Houston on the left-hand channel, is that we'd have the edge over him with Buston.
Well, possibly so. She certainly looks as though she's got enough toe on her. Banks spreads it to Gilmore. Good tackle from Johnson. Oh, yeah. Stopped the movement altogether. Stopped it dead. This is Tunnicliffe. Tackle and halfway, last tackle. Well, at least the Lionesses are bringing the ball out of the red zone in this second half. They've brought it up to halfway this time. And O'Carroll just happy to see that roll into touch.
But before that, the Ferns chase wasn't just a chase, it wasn't a jog, which some Super League teams do. That was a real sprint to try and get the ball back. Brilliant.
Yeah, a big kick downfield, a good 60 metres, and before Bruce had picked the ball up, she'd 3 Kiwis in her face.
Yeah, she was surrounded by black jerseys, but this is a great run. Is that Davey, is it, from the base of the scrum? No, it's not, it's Tiamo, but great step there from Howard. Steps off the left foot, she's got a great fender as well, and doesn't Banks know about it, straight in her face, but she's out there chasing and she's made another tackle. I'd like to see the stats on Banks tonight. She's certainly got through some work rate in attack and defence, but quick tap, and here comes Big Lou. She takes it to the line. She's got 3 on her back. She's still standing up. Can't get the ball away, and they wrestle her down in the end. She certainly is a handful.
Yeah, she runs right lines, doesn't she? She runs straight. She carries the ball in. She addresses the ball in good position. She's always a threat.
She's like Big Smoking Joe for the seniors. She goes well. Good run there by the second rower, Conlon. Hina there, she looks out. Great switch play. Hina takes it to the line, looks for runners. Oh, they were there. Will they put it down? Will the ball break for GB? No, it doesn't. Hina gets it. Recovers. But again, great play. They took the ball up well. Quick play the ball. Switch play, which was great to see. You know, from right to left. Hina came across the park, plenty of options. It's a shame the ball went down, but that was great to see. Great skill, and the athletic profile of some of these plays out there is sensational.
Absolutely. I mean, the patterns of the play are outstanding. And they scored from that in the first half with Ina drifting across and spreading that ball to Tamo. That time she couldn't drag it in. I think if she had done, it would have been 4 points. So Great Britain, once again, bringing the ball out of the red zone. That's Kitchen. This is the Ocean. She's not going anywhere this time. Finished up by Howard and Mario inside from Milburn. And once again, nowhere to go. Gilmore well held. Dorbeck now shows the ball. This offloads though. McIntosh under pressure. No go forward in this set yet. Ball goes to Dorbeck. She's going to the boots, put some toe on it. Howard with a chance to pick up, a bit of space in front. Gets away from nobody. Good chase. But this is where Great Britain need to come forward on that second tackle in the phase. You have to come and rush forward. Don't allow any progress from that second tackle. Hina to Mario. Big shot from Banks. Mario just gets up, has a shake of her head. Red gets ready set for another bit of action. Just a nice shot, that, no real intent, I don't think.
No, there's no malice, but oh well coached are these Ferns. Look how professional they are. The number 9, Wrigley, got up, looked for a quick tap. There was no afters, there was no messing about like you see in other games. You know, they just wanted a quick tap, but everything they do, you know, with the kick chase, you know, with the homework they've done on the opposition, they obviously know Dorbeck's a linchpin. They're up in her face and closing her down all the time. And then obviously the set plays, but in defence, if anyone stood up, there's someone round there, they're round their ankles, they're lifting, they're dumping them in. And here goes Big Lou. I've been so impressed with her. But Banks is there, wrestling her like Tarzan. She gives her a bit of a facial. But here we go, the 15, dummies, inside, hits and spins, look, gets a great offload away. Another offload, Wrigley. They've got the numbers, she steps off the right foot. Oh, she fires a pass out though to the invisible man. She'd done all the hard work, Wrigley. And then she passed to the touch judge, if anything, Mick. But again, that was just a great set. The big fellas are taking the ball forward, quick play the balls, and then it's bang, bang, bang out to the wings, and GB are all at sea.
Yeah, but I think we've got to congratulate the GB team, who looked a little bit dead and out of it at the end of the first half of doing just what you said they should. They've come out and give it a second half, and they've only conceded the one try in this second half, and they scored the one try themselves, so I've got to congratulate them. And the stamina of these girls is unbelievable, isn't it? I mean, there's running these 60 minutes they've been playing rugby league for, and there's still that freshness about it that you would think again, look, the keenness to get on with it is tremendous to see, and determination. And well, if we do think about a woman of the match, I think it's Teresa Bruce getting involved, being a little bit of needle cream, getting into the game. Referee allows it all to go on, and so Melbourne takes it forward, but after the 6, Great Britain and Ireland are still in their own half, so Dobek with the kick. That's a good kick, but it's high, but it's only in the middle of the field. Bounces on, and in the end Howard takes it comfortably, but again good chase from the lionesses out that side.
Yeah, I'm not sure that kicking's the best option now. Yeah, well, there was plenty of space over there, and plenty, loads. They have the numbers of Great Britain. It just needed and run and pass and take them on.
Couldn't agree with you more. Actually, the Ferns are expecting the kick. 4 of them go back in anticipation for the kick. So we've got the numbers. I think we need to use the ball. But the aggression seems to have stepped up a lot from the Ferns and from GB, which is great to see. And like Steve says, you've got to applaud GB for the way they've come out this second half. Good to see they've tried to rough up the 6 there. Dobek's giving a little bit of afters. Here comes the big number 24, Bruce. I don't know where the big lass is from, but she's straining up well there off the right foot. Houston scoots, looking for a chink of light. There's nothing there. She's still going forward. Great play there again from Houston. She's had a sensational second half, Mick.
Yeah, she has. She's showing good strength. Made a good 5 or 6 metres then after first contact. And here's Walsh. Chance to offload. Does so. Oh, good tackle from Johnson, is it? Yeah, good tackle from Johnson on Tevington. So, Great Britain. Come on, girls. Play Hail Mary football. If you play Hail Mary football, it may come off. If it don't come off, you've only lost, haven't you? Here goes Dobek. No, I can't. Little kick through. They're aware of that. I mean, you were saying earlier on how well organised they were with the kick and the chase, and we were commentating. In all phases of the game, they're technically competent. They cover the short, they cover the inside up, they cover the short back up, they cover the long back up, and when the chase is on for the kick, they chase well. They don't chase haphazardly.
They certainly don't. Been really impressed, and GB are well coached. We're defending inside the 20s with stats. That's better there. Great play by Land. She's got through a man in her work up front. She's putting her body on the line, puts the shoulder in, and McIntosh was in over the top there to make the hit. That's good play. Great ball from Conlon. Here comes Wrigley. She's stepping. She's looking around. Great play. Fire the ball out to Johnson. Oh, what play! This is sensational. Great play to Mario. She's going down the leisure centre side, but great scrambling defence from GB. They stuck to the guns. Wrigley misses out one. Finds the number 11. Oh, McIntosh. Great hit there on White. Wraps her up, ball and all. Puts the shoulder in its last tackle. Hina, marshalling the troops. Works the run around. Dummies. Puts it on the toe. But Bruce is back there. Great play by Bruce. Returns it with a little bit of extra, and that was great positional play by GB that time. I just can't speak highly enough of this game tonight, Mick. It's been fantastic. This is good play there from GB. Some good yards. Perhaps the Ferns are tiring. We look to have the numbers on them out wide. Let's use the ball. Come on, Dobek. Take him on. That's better play. Here we go. Houston, the hot stepper. She can't break the tackle that time though. Dolbeck at acting half. Good ball there. That's good angling into the rope, but a great tackle. Who was that there, Mick? I can't quite see. Conlon who put the hit on. GB again, bringing it forward, the Lionesses up to halfway. Last tackle. Let's gamble. Let's gamble, Dolbeck. Here we go, the gap's on. Oh, no. We had a 4v2 there if Dolbeck had passed, but it's straight down the neck of Howard, and here she comes. She's in broken play. And again, wrong option.
Well, it's easy for us to say that up here, Adam. Looking a bit heavy-legged right now, Great Britain. But I really do think you should chance your arm. With 12 minutes to go, you might as well just run and pass and see what develops. They haven't broken New Zealand down with the kicks in 60 minutes. Why would New Zealand concede to the kicks now? Change your tactics. Hina offloads. Oh, that's good work. Oh, again, New Zealand keeping the ball alive in the close quarter work. Hina with a chance. Has a look at the defence. Picks land out, puts a step on her. Oh, good stuff. That's a good offload to Mario. Oh, excellent football. She weighed it all up, did Hina then. She had a chance to measure everybody up. This is Teamo, offloads to Johnson. Johnson does well to take that under severe pressure from Tiverton. Tiverton sweating on her when she took the pass, but she held it. Well, she might as well let it go. Well, last tackle. Here's Tiverton bringing the ball out. Superb football, great defence. You know, you have to admire these people. They've put everything into these games, and just had a minute.
It certainly is, and you know, I don't know if you remember Mick, I'm sure you do. Hina just reminds me so much in the shape, the way she runs the ball, the way she has a little bit of a kickstart and steps off the right foot, a kicking game. Not Wally Lewis, but the great Kiwi stand-up of the 80s, Olsen Filipina.
Well,
she's got all the traits of it. You know, she's been the standout player again. Again, they don't move up, but Dolbeck puts it on the toe. But what a great take there. Here we go. She got Howard on the right, shows it on the inside, goes and now the GB have got it. There's a break on. Oh, fantastic tackle by O'Carroll. Conlon makes a tackle. Great back row play by Conlon. And here we go. Here we go with the big number 12, Stevens. Dolbeck pointing her fingers, waving her arms. Inside ball, and it was a good ball. It was the right option. But she seemed to take her eye off the ball, did the big number 19 Roper, which was a shame. And here she comes again. Great hand off, just looking for contact. She just enjoys collision.
Yeah, well, that's why she reminds me of Wally Lewis, the way she addresses the game. She addresses the defence very much the way Wally Lewis did. And she's got that leadership quality that Wally Lewis had. I don't suppose we should make comparisons like that. It's not fair to anybody. This is Conlon now, steps in, just steadily taking the ball to the line, looking for any soft spots that may be in the Great Britain's defence. Wrigley tries to go away, can't get anywhere. Roper makes her pay for falling on the floor. This is Driscoll, last tackle. Oh, that's good football. This is O'Carroll feeds it in on. That will be last tackle. Mal played the man. What a good set of six that was. Yeah, tremendous football.
Just throwing the ball into space and seeing a colleague, a teammate support.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
It's almost as though New Zealand are playing Hail Mary football now.
Well, I think what we've got to still remember is that, again, it's the defence of the Great Britain Islands that are keeping them out yet again. And here's an out, here's a chance. It's Houston again. Great pace from Houston with support. If she could have got the pass out, she's really coming to her own in the second half. And still, Great Britain. Oh, that was Stevens having to avoid a high tackle then from Avika. And Great Britain, good hands. So when we actually... Oh, was McIntosh back in the action. But the heinous, oh, nice little inside pass, well taken that time. And there's so much to admire. Dolbeck going with the kick, and it's going to run and run. And where's that going to run to? Out of play, in goal, so a tap on the 20. Well, we can only admire the stamina, fitness, the rugby league nous that we're seeing from both teams. Whilst it's looked as though the Ferns, having scored 5 tries, have got the points initiative, the defensive effort from the Lionesses has been absolutely outstanding. We've got 8 minutes still to go. The game looks as though it's going to stay the way of 26 points to 4. It's going to be with the Ferns, and they came into this competition as the best women's rugby league team, and they've confirmed that #1 slot during the tournament, but the Lionesses making them fight all the way.
They certainly are, Stephen. Here we go. That's a great break there from the number 13 Milburn. Picked up in the base of the scrum, and here's Banks. Come inside. The option's there. She steps now off the left foot, does Banks, but she's been wrestled to the floor. Milburn, acting half. Bit too slow with the delivery. Dolbeck, nice cut out ball, but it goes to ground. Goes underneath the legs of Stevens. She picks up, brought down by Big Lou. We need to see McIntosh now take the ball up. This is good running by Gemma Walsh. Can she get a quick play the ball? No, she can't. They need to get deeper. There's no depth in the line. Land. Steps up the left foot for the line again. Come on, Land. Good ball to #1, Hewson. She goes for the line, the fullback. She's just been held up short. Last tackle. Are we going to gamble? I don't think we are. We're too flat. It's going to be a crossfield kick. And it's an absolute shocker by Dolbeck. It's landing on the railway track, more or less. It's a poor kick. It's a shame, really, but there's good options. I really feel by seeing some of the ball skills out there, I think someone needs to send a tape to someone at the RFL and to just look what can be done with some great coaching. It's been fantastic, a great advert for the game. I really feel one of the reasons they're so skillful is due to tag rugby, which is a massive sport in New Zealand and in Australia. And you can quite clearly see that by the way they handle the ball, by the way they wrap round and support. There's plenty of numbers. Look at this again, look at the depth of the line. The number 6, Heenan, she's marshalling the troops. She's telling the second row there, White, to take a drive in. She's bossing them about. She's waving her hands around. Here we are again. She's done the halfway. Centre field. She's got the ball in hand. Misses out one. Finds the number 15 who puts it on the toe. It's a nice kick. Phil Carroll chases. Just a little bit too much on it, but again, another great set of 6. You know, both sides, the completion rate this half has been sensational. You know, my hat goes off to both teams. Steve's been making the point about GB, and that we should be applauding him. And I know we've sung the praises of the Ferns, but perhaps we need to be doing it a bit more at GB. They're doing well, and here comes Milburn down the short side. Milburn puts the foot on the gas, and it was a shame that Bruce came inside there, Mick.
Well, yep. No, it were Gilmore that came inside, which was a good option if Milburn had dropped her off. But she could have stopped outside as well, but she didn't know that as play developed. Dorbeck under pressure from Presland and Vierke. That's chances now. Stevens spreads it. Hewson needs another pass. Got to keep the ball alive. And once again, we've got a flat line for Great Britain and nobody coming from depth. Oh, chances.
Bailey.
That was Bailey on that side, trying to promote the ball. Stevens can't offload. Last tackle. Need to run the ball. No, it doesn't need kicking. Good take there from, is it Johnson? Howard picks up and runs. Good tackle. Bailey stands in front of her, and so does Walsh. Aviki now coming out from the red zone, gets rid of one, falls to Dorbeck's Cattle. Yeah, you were talking about the skill development in these two teams and the skill that the Aussies showed as well. The Aussies have shown great skills. All 3 teams have been superb. I was fortunate enough to see Australia and New Zealand play an international. What do they call it when they pull the tags off?
Tag rugby.
Tag rugby.
Great play.
And that was 14 years ago. They were playing international tag rugby 14 years ago. And the consequence of that is this standard of football here now.
It certainly is, you know. I don't know how long women's rugby's been going on, Mick. Could you tell me?
Oh, well, you're talking about New Zealand, Australia. Oh, in GB, it's been going about 15 years in GB.
You know, we've been going 15 years with contact, and I think we made great strides to get in the final. When you're telling me the Aussies have played flag rugby for 14 years, it's probably longer than that tag over there. You know, and you know, we've I think Bradford Bulls brought it over with bull tag. I know here at Warrington Wolves we've launched our own version. I know with all the skills work that's been done, it's been tag, and you know, yeah, we are a little bit behind, but it takes time, and we're certainly making great strides in the development. And this out there has been fantastic. That's a great offload by Walsh. That's better. We need to promote this ball. Can we get the ball away there? No. Can we get a quick play of the ball? Yes, we can. Lan looks for runners, puts the head up. Walsh steps off the left, flicks it out the back door. Let's stay alive to the ball. She does. Here comes Gilmore. This must be exciting. Great angle by Bruce. That was a great angle by Bruce. How she started on the outside shoulder and ran in. Here we go. Jane Banks keeps hold. Steps off the right foot. Great defence though there by White, her opposite number. Last tackle. Let's run the ball. Run the ball. That's better. Take it to the line. Oh, we've put the kick in. It's been taken though. Timmington's come inside. We've thrown the ball out the back door. Nothing's there. That was a little bit better there on the last tackle, but I think we're a little bit predictable there, Steve, on the last tackle. Every single time we've been in their red zone, Dolbeck's putting on the boot.
Yeah, and unfortunately the kicking game's not really put the Ferns under pressure, but we're into the last 2 minutes of the game. 6-4 is the score in the second half, and that's a mark of how well the Lionesses have stood to their task, having conceded the first half tries, having got in at the interval 20 points to 0 in arrears, to hold this Ferns team to one second half try, I think is one of the achievements of the competition. All the close games in all but one of the matches that we've seen, and I can only just marvel at the performance from both these teams, the extra bit of skill and speed that we've seen in the Ferns, but the tenacity of the tackling and defence from Rob Marius there. Oh, great inside pass. Chance gone a begging right at the end. Driscoll it was, won't be happy with that. But that's only the second time this half, I think, that we've seen the Lionesses' defence beaten. But after all that, they still come up and keeping their line intact. So my congratulations to all those players that have thrilled us in this tournament and competition, and we wish them every success for the future.
Yeah, it'd be great if we could pinch a try here at the end. We certainly deserve one. It's been a fantastic second half. I think we were talking about, Mick, at the end of the first half, how the games might have caught up with the GB girls, you know, with the Lionesses, all these fixtures, but gee whiz, they proved us wrong the way they've come out. Steve was on about fitness. Well, they certainly are fit the way they've come out this second half. We've used the interchange bench well. You know, I thought we might have been a little bit weak there, but all the girls who have taken part out there for GB tonight have certainly performed well. And what a credit to the women's game that over 1,200 people have actually turned up here tonight to watch this fixture. You know, which certainly rivals stuff that we got for the Men's World Cup. Great turnout tonight. Good kick downfield. Banks there with Gilmore, and that's the final whistle. All I can say, Mick, on an end note before I pass it over to you to sum up, is what a fantastic advert for the game that was. It was sensational. I've thoroughly enjoyed it, and I'm certainly converted to watching more Women's Rugby League. Excellent night.
Well, I'm glad you are, Adam, and congratulations to the New Zealand Ferns. They've been excellent throughout the competition. They've played the match, they played the game in tremendous spirit. They've handled themselves well. They've been a credit to New Zealand, and they've fully deserved the World Cup with how many tries? 5 tries. 5 tries tonight. Won to Great Britain. 26-4 the final score.
1,262 and